Hey there guys, I want to tell you guys about my makeup look for today. So I just went to my boyfriend's house, we got some Chick-fil-A and just watched stuff. I watched this movie called Dream Scenario with Nicolas Cage because he fell asleep. And it was good. It was good. It was actually like nothing that I expected it to be. Way better than Saltburn, because Saltburn was nothing that I expected it to be in like the worst way possible. It was disgusting. And I think I talked about that in A Get Ready With Me, but this movie was good. I liked it. Kind of tame horror is what I would describe it as, but it's not like super scary. Like, I don't do horror, but I like horror aspects. Like, if something's not too scary, I will still watch it. Like, I don't know about Get Out, though. Like, I wouldn't watch that. So anyway, I primed my eyes with the Colourpop Party Proof Primer, and then I used the NYX Lip Oil, and then I set my eyes with the Colourpop Pretty Fresh Powder. And then for my eyeshadow palette today, I went into the Colourpop Golden Hour Palette again. I really, again, have been enjoying this palette, and I'm going to continue to use it probably tomorrow and the next day, because I only have like 2 more shades to test out. So I went into Love the Vibes because I actually haven't used that shade yet. How did I already get shadow on my eye? On my eyes? Oh my god, on my hand. And I threw that in the crease, and then I darkened up the crease more with Views, and then I used Far Off on the outer corners. And then for the lid, sorry, my hair drives me literally insane. I went into Have Sun, because I said that I did want to use that shade at some point, and it's really pretty. Again, very subtle shimmer. So I think I only have to use Summer Nights and Honey Dipped. I think I want to use Summer Nights tomorrow, because I'm just getting my car serviced tomorrow if they have available appointments. I didn't call today because I just didn't feel like it, but I'm sure I'll be able to get an appointment tomorrow. And then I just went in with All That, again on the brow bone, because I always use that on the brow bone from this palette. And then for the inner corners, I went in with Glimmer. And that's everything I used from this palette. And then I just went in. Oh my god. So like literally adjust everything all the time. I went into my LA Girl liner in the shade White. And then for my mascara, I went into the Colourpop Lengthening Mascara, of course, in the shade Brown. And then I primed my face with the Do It Spray and the Rare Beauty Illuminating Primer. And then for my tinted moisturizer and concealer, I went into the Colourpop Pretty Fresh Hyaluronic Acid tinted moisturizer. This is just always my go-to if I don't really want to think about what tinted moisturizer I want to use. I just use this almost every time. And then for my concealer, I went into the Makeup Forever HD Skin Smooth and Blur Undetectable Concealer in the shade 1.1N. And then I set my under eyes with the House Labs powder. And then I set my face with Colourpop Pretty Fresh powder. And then for my bronzer, I went into the Milani Baked Bronzer again in the shade Dolce, because really love this one. When it gets warmer out, I usually use that one like all the time. And then for my blush, I went into the Sigma Corta Rosa blush. I haven't used this in so long, and I'm like, you know what, I kind of want to use it today, and it's just such a pretty blush. So I went in with that. And then for my highlighter, I just went into my Cheek Leader Bronze Squad highlighting palette. Like, it's actually, oh my god, can you speak? A bronzer, blush, and highlight. And I went into this shade Cookie for my highlighter because it's absolutely stunning. I can't say the same thing about the Dandelion highlighter. And there was like another one that they came out with recently that they're both like absolute duds. Like, they're not half as blinding as this one is. This one is stunning. The other ones are like, they barely show up on your skin. But this one is amazing. It always shows up on my skin. And then I set my face with the Do It Spray, and then I set my brows with the Colourpop Brow Boss Gel. And then for my lips, I just went into the Tower 28 Lip Crayon, the Juice Bomb Tinted Lip Balm in the shade Mix. Not Meh. And that's everything I used for my makeup today. And then as far as a reading update goes, I did finish Kingdom of the Feared this afternoon. I didn't finish it last night, but I did read a lot last night. Then I started to get tired, and I was kind of zoning out a little bit reading because I'm like, as I was starting to get tired and after I was reading a lot, I read like 175 pages last night, and then I was like, I'm tired. So I finished it this afternoon instead, like right at 2 o'clock, because I only had like 95 pages left at that point. So I did finish it this afternoon. So I still finished it, just didn't binge it all the way last night, because that would have been like over 300 pages, and I'm just like, my brain was fried. I'm like, I can't read anymore. And I really enjoyed the trilogy. I thought it was great. It's still a 4.5 out of 5 stars for me for like the whole trilogy. It was still a great one, but there's just like a couple things that like doesn't put it to quite 5 stars for me. But I would still highly recommend to anyone that wants romantasy, because it's a really good romantasy trilogy, but it's also like not as dark as I thought it was going to be. It was still pretty dark, but I felt like in the last book, the battle that happened, I felt like it was very rushed. It was still great, but then it was like over pretty much before it started. Like it was like only like less than 10 pages, and it was only like in one chapter, and then like for the rest of the book, it was basically like breaking the spell of one character, and then like the rest of it was like their happy endings. And I'm like, do people really have happy endings in hell? I guess they do, which was kind of cool. I kind of liked that a lot, but it was still really good. I still really enjoyed the series. I would still recommend it. So now I read the trilogy so I could get into this book, because this one is the one I'm the most excited about. So now I am starting Throne of the Fallen, also by Kerri Maniscalco. I actually just started it in the car earlier because I was listening to the audiobook on the way home, and I'm like obsessed with the audiobook that I'm like, how am I going to be able to read the physical copy now? But I'm definitely going to read some more. I only listened to the prologue, which was like already like 15 pages. So I'm only on page like 20. But I'm definitely going to read more tonight. I'm so excited. Oh my god. This is already so good. And look at this cover. Isn't it beautiful? But this is like one of my most anticipated reads for myself. And it just came out in October. So it's only like 5 months old. So I'm super excited to read this. I'm already like obsessed with it. I feel like this has 5-star vibes for me. A lot of people say that this is their favorite Kerri Maniscalco book. And also, like, the best in the series so far, because this is, like, the spin-off about the 7 deadly princes, like the 7 princes of sins. And this one is all about envy, and I'm so excited. Like, I felt like if she didn't do a book on envy first, like, people would be upset, because, like, he was the most prominent sin in the Kingdom of the Wicked trilogy. So I'm super excited to get his whole backstory. I can't wait. And then the second book, which is Throne of Secrets, comes out in September. So that's why I really wanted to read this one. Maybe I should have waited until later in the year so I don't forget anything. But honestly, like, these books are really not that hard to forget. So, or like remember what happened, because they're very easy reads. So, and I feel like this one's going to be easy too, even though this is the longest book I actually have to read this month. It's over 500 pages. They're not like long pages, and it has very big font. So I think it's only going to take me like 3 days. So, and I can kind of slow down a little bit with my reading rate right now, because I'm actually at a point where I only have to read like 2 books this week to keep my goal. Maybe it'll be 3, but since I already finished a book today, and I finished the second book in the trilogy this past Saturday, I'm up to 10 books this month already. And the month isn't even over yet. Usually I'm on like 7 or 8 by this point, and maybe I'll read like 12 or 11. But the fact that I've already read 10 books this month is kind of crazy. I've been reading really fast, and it's just, I've been loving it. So yeah, that's it. Bye. Okay, so hey there, guys. I want to tell you guys about my makeup look for today. I've had a pretty productive day so far. Now I'm just going to be home because I'm freaking tired. And it's kind of like a cold day, and I just needed to get some stuff done today. Like, usually I like at least one day a week where I can get stuff done. So that's this is my get shit done day. So I went to go get my car serviced today, so I had to do that. That took like 2 hours. But I went to like this really actually like Long Island famous place for their egg sandwiches and their cheese biscuits. Me and my boyfriend actually went there for a date last month, and I've been like craving that egg sandwich again, and it's like it's literally right down the street from where the service place is that I go to for my car. So I went there to get breakfast and a coffee, and then I went to the Toyota service and just waited for my car reading, because I just brought my Kindle with me. So that was actually like really nice and very relaxing. And then I came back home and I forgot to grab the book that I actually was going to return to Target that I'm actually reading right now, and I'll tell you why in a minute. So I'm just going to be home for the rest of the day. So I primed my eyes with the Colourpop Party Proof Primer, and then of course I used the NYX Fat Lip. Well, actually I used the Clarins one today. I forgot I finally like cleaned out my bag of like all the makeup that I hauled finally, and I used that finally to coat my lips, but I could have just used what I was wearing right now, but it's fine. And then I set my eyes with the Colourpop Pretty Fresh Powder, and then for my eyeshadow palette today, like I said, I was going to go back into the Golden Hour palette again. And I went into In the Moment in the crease, then I darkened up the crease more with Views, and then I used Far Off and 7 p.m. on the outer corners. And then for the lid, I went into the shade Honey Dipped, and it's just such an easy, light shade for every day. And then I used all that on the brow bone, and then I went in with Glimmer on the inner corners. And that's everything I used from the palette. I am really tired. I'm really tired. I went to bed so late last night. I just started falling asleep while I was high on an edible watching Desperate Housewives. I watched one episode, and then by the second episode, I was already falling asleep. So, but I love that show so much. I'm so addicted. And then I went in with the LA Girl liner in the shade White, and then I just went in with my Colourpop lengthening mascara on the top and bottom lashes, and then I primed my face with the Do It spray and the Rare Beauty illuminating primer. And then for my face product, oh my god, I did not even realize this is actually what I got on my glass before, is that I did not realize that this was actually coming out. What the heck? Is there any more on it? I didn't realize like how bad that was. Like, that's annoying. I went into my e.l.f. Halo Glow Liquid Filter in the shade Fair, and then I went in just with my Maybelline Instant Age Rewind Dark Circle Eraser in the shade 95 Ivory, and then I set my under eyes with the House Labs powder, and then I set my face with the Colourpop Pretty Fresh powder. And then for my bronzer, I just went into my Colourpop Alviva Beach bronzer. And then for my blush, I just went into my MAC Melba blush, which is one of the singles that I have in here. These are all MAC blushes, and I just went into Melba. I still have not bought a single blush this year because I realized like how many I actually have. I've just been trying to be on a low buy for makeup this year. I really haven't bought too much makeup, and I intend to keep it that way. Because one, I'd rather buy books, but also, like, because I just have way too much makeup at this point. So I'm trying to, like, not indulge as much in makeup. Because is makeup going to last me as long as books? Not really. I love my makeup collection, but I realize I have more than enough that I really don't need anymore. I have way too much makeup. And then for my highlight, I went into the Nabla Skin Glazing Glass Skin Finish Glow Powder in the shade Ozone, and then I set my face with Do It Spray, and then I set my brows with the Colourpop Brow Blush Gel. I actually don't even know if I set my brows today, but whatever. And then for my lips, oh, I keep on forgetting to go to Sephora to redeem this coupon, but like after Target, I was just so tired. I didn't feel like staying out anymore because I was already out from like 12 to 2:30 waiting for my car. So, because I got the egg sandwich and then I was like at the service place for like an hour and a half, and then I went to Target and now it's 3:30. So I'm like, I really don't feel like being out anymore. And then for my lips, I went into the Milk Makeup Odyssey Lip Oil Gloss in the shade Explore. It's just a nice peachy little gloss, and it's just so comfy on the lips, and that's what I felt like wearing today, and that's everything I used for my makeup. And then as far as a reading update goes, I did tell you guys that I started Throne of the Fallen last night, which is the first book in like the 7 Princes of the 7 Deadly Sins and the 7 Princes of Hell. From the Kingdom of the Wicked series. So like I said, I read that trilogy, and then I was going to go right into Throne of the Fallen because I was like super excited to read this book. But I found that the font and the way that it was laid out on the pages, I just couldn't really get down with. Like, it was really hard for me to get through like the pages that I was like, I don't know if I can read it like this. Like, I feel like everybody has their own reading style. Everybody reads at their own pace. Everybody has a preferred way of reading that is unique to them. So I decided to return the hardcover and just purchase it on Kindle because it's just been so much easier to read this way. And I also listened to the audiobook quite a bit last night because I have an Audible credit because you get 1 credit a month. With your subscription. So I usually use it to redeem 1 free book a month, and usually I'll redeem it for like a long fantasy book like this. So right now I'm on page 156. I did listen to probably like 3 chapters or so. And I read like probably like over 100 pages. So I was just reading when I was at the service place. So yeah. I got up to page 156. I think that's pretty good. Since I, again, just started it last night. I read like 60-something pages today already. And I'm really liking it so far, but I think it's a lot easier for me to read it on here because honestly, like, I thought it was going to be easier because I thought it was like big font and it was going to be easy to read. And then I was like, I wasn't really liking the way that the paragraphs were laid out, and they were very like wide pages that I felt like I was just not processing when I was reading. And I'm like, I think this would be way easier for me to read on Kindle. So that's why I just decided to do that. But that's my own decision. It's what I want to do. I don't know why people like make it such a big deal about the way somebody reads. Like, why do you care? You're still reading a book. I really don't know why it's such a big deal to people. Like, all that matters is that you're reading. It doesn't matter what way you read or what style you read. Everybody's style is unique. Not everyone has to read the same way. Like, I don't understand why it's such a thing. Like, shut up. Like, why are you so concerned about it? I would just be like, wow, you got through that book really fast. How did you do that? Like, I would be like genuinely curious as to how people get through books faster, but also people are a lot faster readers than I am. And I'm like, there's nothing wrong with that. Like, it's just, I have ADD, so I read a little bit slower than most people. So I don't know why people are so weird. And then after I finished Throne of the Fallen, I kind of want a little bit of a palette cleanser because I have been reading so much fantasy that I'm like, I don't really want to read fantasy right now. I kind of just want to read a cutesy little romance. So after I finish Throne of the Fallen, I'm going to jump right into The Good Part by Sophie Cousins. This has been sitting on my shelf for a while, and I really have been wanting to read this. So I just really need like just an easy, non like processy, overthinking fantasy book, you know? Like, I mean, honestly, the Kingdom of the Wicked trilogy was so easy to get through. Like, I really didn't feel like I was overthinking anything because I enjoyed it so much. This one's, like, a little bit heavier, but I'm still really enjoying it. Like, I still love it. But once I'm done with this, I'm like, I need an easy romance. So, yeah, that's it. Bye. Okay, so hey there, guys. I want to tell you guys about my makeup look for today. I'm just going to go to my boyfriend's house. We're just going to chill, and I'm not sure what we're going to eat. I'm not even really that hungry today. I didn't feel that great this morning, and I woke up with a headache, and for some reason it just hasn't went away. So even though I went to sleep a bit earlier last night because I didn't really sleep that great the night before, but also because the weather really sucks today. So I primed my eyes with the I just did really light makeup today because, again, I just didn't feel like doing too much because I didn't feel that great, but still mostly wearing everything I usually wear. So I went in with the Colourpop Party Proof Primer, of course, and then I used the NYX Fat Lip Oil, and then I set my eyes with the Colourpop Pretty Fresh Powder, and then again for my eyeshadow palette, I went into the Golden Hour Palette by Colourpop, and I just went into Dreamin' in the crease. Then I darkened out the crease more with Far Off, and then I used 7 p.m. on the outer corners, and then for the lid, I went into Summer Nights, and that's the last shade that I haven't used, and it's a really pretty palette, so now I've used all the shades, and I really like mostly all of them. I'm pretty sure I've used this one. Maybe I haven't used this one yet, just because like these are a little bit more like cooler tone for what I'm usually going for, but it's fine. And then for the inner corners, I went into Honey Dipped, and then for the brow bone, I just used all that as per usual. Did I say 7 p.m. on the outer corners? I'm pretty sure I did. So yeah, that's all I did, and it's just such a pretty easy neutral palette for every day, like I've been saying, and I've just been really enjoying it. And then I went into the LA Girl liner in the shade White on my waterline, and then I just used the Act Natural mascara in Brown by Colourpop on the top lashes, and then the Maybelline Lash Discovery on the bottom lashes. And then for my face, I just went into concealer today. I really didn't feel like doing the whole thing, so I just used the Maybelline Dark Circle Eraser in the shade 9.5. Some days you're just not feeling it. Like, I really feel like crap today. And then I set my under eyes with the House Labs powder, and then I set my face with the Colourpop Pretty Fresh powder. I didn't want to stay home again today though, because I already stayed home last night, but I didn't sleep that great the night before that, so it is what it is. And then I went in with the Milani bronzer in the shade Dolce on my cheeks, and then I went into the Balm Beach by the Balm Cosmetics blush. I actually took this out of my Poshmark bag yesterday. There's like quite a bit of things in my bag that I have not listed on Poshmark yet, and I was like, you know what, I really don't want to get rid of this blush. I actually used to use it like all the time, and I was like, you know what, I think I'm gonna keep it. It's just such a pretty everyday blush. And then for my highlight, this one's actually completely like shattered, so I can't open it. I used the Balm's Mary Luminizer. Remember how big this used to be on YouTube? And it's still a really beautiful highlighter. There's definitely some others that are like better quality now, but this one is just still super pretty. And then I set my face with the Do It spray, and then I set my brows with Colourpop Brow Boss Gel. And then for my lip gloss, I just went in with a lip gloss today. I just went into the Colourpop Ultra Glossy Lip in the shade Sugar Cookie. I used to own this like a while back, but also I don't know, I haven't been feeling like wearing much lipstick lately, so I just went into the lip gloss. And that's it as far as my makeup goes. And then, let's grab my Kindle. As far as a reading update goes, as of today, I just got up to page 350. So I think I told you guys yesterday I was on page like 1 something, because I was only reading like during the day, and then I came home and did my update. I think I was like 160 something, but now I'm on page 350, so that's almost 200 pages more. I did basically read like 200 pages yesterday, and I read like 75 pages today. I listened to a little bit of the audiobook today as well while I was getting ready. And I also listened to the audiobook quite a bit last night when I was cleaning my room. So I've been getting through it faster than I thought I was going to. I'm like officially like more than halfway through now, because this is like 600. On the Kindle, it's like 622 pages. So I knew that this book was going to take me a bit more time, but I'm only on day like 2.5. Like today's the second full day that I'm reading this book, and I more than intend to be on like 450 by tonight, or like at least in the 400s at some point tonight. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Bye. Oh, I'm reading Throne of the Fallen, if I didn't say that. I've been reading it since Monday night. So, again, I knew this was going to take me a little bit more time. I'm really enjoying it still. I just think it's a little bit too long. Like, I don't think the pacing is slow. I'm really enjoying it, and I think it's very funny. Love this. There's a lot of smut in this one, probably even more smut than the Kingdom of the Curse and Kingdom of the Feared, but I'm really enjoying it. Like, I don't think it's filler whatsoever. I actually really enjoy their relationship. And I actually think I like Camilla even more as the main protagonist than I did Amelia in Kingdom of the Wicked, because Amelia was still a witch. Camilla, whatever, she doesn't ask like annoying questions. Like, I don't think she even fully knows what she actually is, or maybe she does because she's still keeping secrets from Envy and she hasn't revealed them yet. Maybe she's just keeping the secret of what she truly is. Maybe she already knows. Or maybe she's not quite sure and she wants Envy to, like, help her. But, like, we don't really know what either of their agendas are at the end of the day. I think we actually know more about Envy than we do Camilla right now. But I think that she's so much more, she's naive, but it's not, like, annoying like it was with Amelia. Because Amelia used to ask, like, some dumb questions and, like, even throughout the whole trilogy, like, that was the only thing that annoyed me about her character, but I still really liked her as a character, like, not enough to be like, oh my god, I don't like her. I still like her, but I think I like Camilla even more, because, like, she doesn't ask those dumb kind of questions. Like, I hate when female protagonists are made to be, like, a little bit less knowledgeable than they are. Like, there's, like, situations where it calls for it, like, but I still loved the banter in Kingdom of the Wicked. It definitely made up for it. So it's not like it was bad. It just, like, mildly annoyed me. But I definitely think I like Camilla a lot more in this book. So yeah, I can't wait to see what else happens. There's been so much fun stuff that's been happening in this book. So it's definitely been keeping my interest. It's just been so much fun. So yeah, that's it. Bye. Sorry. I don't know why sorry, it was, like, flickering my, light, so I just had to fix it really quick. So hey there, guys, I just want to tell you guys about my makeup look for today. I'm just going to see my boyfriend again. I'm just going to pick up food and then we're just going to chill. So because it's, like, really cold today, and honestly, like, the days that I see him are usually my, like, days to chill, and then, like, the weekends I see my friends. So I prime my eyes with the Colourpop Party Proof Primer, and then I work, of course, and then I use the Clarins lip oil. Honestly, I really wish I would have returned this because it's not really that great. I feel like it's, like, overhyped, to be honest, but I think I'm gonna put it on over my lippy. Why is it doing that? I'm just gonna leave it alone because I don't know if you can hear that. Yeah, I think that looks pretty, actually, over the lipstick. Okay. So I just put the Clarins lip oil in 01 Honey over top. Honestly, this is clear, so I just think it was kind of a ripoff, but whatever. And then I set my eyes with Colourpop Pretty Fresh Powder, and then for my eyeshadow palette today, I just went into the Colourpop Golden Hour Palette again, just because I really wanted to use it again. And I went in with the shade, I think, Scenic Drive in my crease. And it's honestly a lot warmer toned on the eyes than it is in the pan. So it just worked out perfectly. And then I went into Never Leaving to define the crease. And then I went into 7 p.m. on the outer corners. And then for the lid, I wanted to use this shade Warm Haze again. It's just so pretty. And then I went into all that on the brow bone. And then I used what is this called? A Glimmer on the inner corners. And then for my mascara, I just went into the eyeliner. I used the Makeup Forever Artist Color Pencil in the shade Brown. Sorry. And then I used the Essence Lash Primer, of course, and then I went into the Colourpop Act Natural Mascara on the top, and then the Maybelline Lash Discovery on the bottom, and then I primed my eyes with the, primed my face with the Do It Spray and the Rare Beauty Illuminating Primer, and then I just used the Rare Beauty, can I speak? Illuminating, the Tinted Moisturizer in the shade 10N, and then I used the Tower 28 Concealer in the shade BH, and then I set my under eyes with the House Labs powder, and then I set my face with the Colourpop Pretty Fresh powder. And then for my bronzer, I wanted to go into the Bronze Sticks by Colourpop today in the shade Laguna Beach. I don't know what the heck is going on with Colourpop lately. Like, honestly, like, everything that they've released has just really turned me off. Like I said, the only thing I bought was that Golden Sun palette, and I really, really like it. But other than that, they've just been, like, hella boring to me, and I just really could care less about their releases right now, which is probably good because, like, I really don't need another damn stitch of makeup. And then for my blush, I just went into my Tower 28 blush in the shade Magic Hour. Everybody calls it Beach Please, but the actual name is Magic Hour. Like, they have, like, that's what they name all of their blushes, is like Power Hour or something like that. Like, it always has hour in the title. It's so cute. And then for my highlight, I went into an older one by Colourpop. I just went into this one. I believe this is called Hair Kitty Kitty. It's like a golden one. Super pretty. And then I set my face with the Do It spray, and then I set my brows with the Colourpop Brow Blush Gel. And then for my lips, I went into the Lawless lipstick in the shade Fawn. It's just such a pretty nude. It just never goes down in the tube for some reason. I don't know why. It's so freaking annoying. I should have bought a new one, but whatever. Just have to twist it constantly to go back down in the tube. But I'll just do that after this. You don't have to watch me struggle. And that was it. And then I just used the Clarins lip oil on top. So that's it as far as my makeup goes. And then as far as a reading update goes, I'm on page 480 of Throne of the Fallen. I hit page 400 last night. I read like 60 pages today. I've been reading like 60, 70-ish pages during the day. But now I'm actually officially on the last part of the book. So I think I'm gonna finish it tonight, because I only have 140 pages left, so I think I'm just gonna finish that tonight, because I've been listening to the audiobook some more, and I've also been reading it on my Kindle, like, all the time. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm gonna go. Bye. Okay, so hey there guys, I want to tell you guys about my makeup look for today. I would have still had my makeup on, but I worked an 8-hour shift today at work. I usually only work like 6-hour shifts, so when I came home, I just wanted to rip my makeup off. I was like, I'm done. So yeah, so I primed my eyes with the Anastasia eye primer, and then I used the Clarins lip oil, and then I set my eyes with the Urban Decay pressed powder. I really wish I would have had time to run into Sephora today, but I had to go get boba for me and my assistant manager because he really wanted it, and he said he would pay for it for me, and I was like, that's really sweet. So he just got it for me. And then I had to go pick up my food, and I actually had a reward for a free sandwich at Chick-fil-A, so I just paid for the fries. So I only paid $4 for my food today. I was like, great. I love free food, so, but I really needed to go to Sephora to pick up a new dry shampoo, a new Anastasia eye primer, because I feel like this one is, like, done, so I really need a new one, but lo and behold, I didn't pick them up when I went to Ulta, like, last week, so, yeah. You would think I would pick up the one thing I actually need makeup-wise. And then for my eyeshadow palette, I went into the Groovy Garden palette by Ensley Reign. Again, I basically did the same look that I did in my first impressions when I used this palette, because I really wanted to use the shade Trippy again. And also, I was wearing the same shirt that I wore in my first impressions. And I got so many compliments today on my makeup, like my eyeshadow especially, and on my outfit. I'm like, I was just shocked, because when I actually put an effort to my outfits, I feel like maybe one person will notice, but like when you just are tired and you're like, I'm just gonna wear this same shirt that I've only worn once, and it's not like I probably would have worn something cuter when I was younger and cared more about like wearing something for a longer period of time, you know, like where you just wear something to dinner but you want to wear it longer. Like, that's usually what I do when I work longer shifts. But I was like, I'm just gonna wear this shirt because I was like, I'm just way too tired today. And for some reason, I got so many compliments. I'm like, what is up? Like, it happens every time. When you put effort into your outfit, like, maybe one person will say something. But when you, like, don't really put that much effort in, people think, I don't know if it's just, like, a confidence booster for me. I don't know. But it was really nice. So, I guess my makeup looked good today. I don't know. So, I went in with Good Vibes in the crease. Then I darkened up the crease more with Earthy Ember. And then for my outer corners, I went in with Hazy Dreams and Babe. And then for my lid, I went into the shade Trippy. And then for my brow bone, I went into the shade Free Thinker. And then for my inner corners, I went into Vintage Vibes. And that's everything I used from the palette. And also, like, when I wore that St. Patrick's Day outfit, like, last week, no one said anything about my outfit, but a couple people said something about my eyeshadow, including my mom. My mom loved my green eyeshadow, too. So, I was wearing this palette. So, I'm like, these are truly stunning if people are actually noticing. I feel like when people that don't really wear makeup too much, they're like, wow, your eyeshadow is amazing. I'm like, Ensley Reign, like, I've just been recommending this to everybody because their shadows are just truly stunning. They are so beautiful. So I'll just recommend Ensley Reign to, like, everyone just so I can tell them how beautiful their eyeshadows are. So anyway, then I went into the Makeup Forever Artist Color Pencil in the shade Brown. And then I went into the Essence Lash Primer. And then for my mascara, I went into the Amico Lay Mascara. And then I went into the Maybelline Lash Discovery on the bottom lashes. And even, like, my manager was like, Caitlin, are you wearing green today for St. Patrick's Day? I'm like, no. I was like, I wore it last week on Sunday for St. Patrick's Day. And he was away. And I'm like, that was last week, Wayne. Like, where have you been? But, like, I think I was wearing the same shirt that at the same time I was working with him, but it's fine, whatever. Like, guys never notice. And then I primed my face with the Do It Spray and the e.l.f. Liquid Putty Primer. And then I went into the Glossier Foundation in the shade, Very Light. And then I went into the Tarte C Hydroflex Concealer in the shade Porcelain Sand. And then I went into the Pat McGrath Labs powder to set my under eyes. And then I set my face with the Urban Decay powder again. And then for my bronzer, blush, and highlight, I used all Pat McGrath just because I just felt like it. So I went into the bronzer in the shade Naked Desire. You guys know how much I love this bronzer. And then for my blush and highlight, I went into Nude Venus, the Skin Fetish Divine Blush. I can open this. It's like this really pretty peachy one. And then for my highlight, I went into the shade Golden Nectar. I actually, like, this was like a last minute thing for me this morning. I was like, you know what, I probably should use the highlighter because I don't really use it enough. The Skin Fetish Divine Glow highlighter. It's so beautiful. It's just very intense. So, like, a little bit goes such a long way. It's just super pigmented. So sometimes I shy away from using it, but it is gorgeous. And then I set my face with the Milk Makeup Setting Spray. And then I set my brows with the e.l.f. Wow Brow. And then for my lips, I didn't really have time to go into a lip liner this morning, so I just used a lipstick. If I could find it. Sometimes I leave my lipsticks at work, but it's actually in my purse this time. I'm so impressed with myself. I went into the Gucci lipstick again in the shade Penny Beige, just because I wanted something more like cooler tone brown and that mustardy kind of color again. And also, like, I didn't really have time to look for another lippy, so I was like, I'll just go in with that because I actually wanted to use one of my Pat McGrath lippies. Originally, I actually pulled out a liquid lipstick, but I didn't really have time to apply a liquid lipstick, so I was like, let me just grab a regular lipstick, and it wasn't really the shade that I wanted, so I just went in with the Gucci one. So that's everything that I used for my makeup. And then for as far as a reading update goes, if I could speak English, like I told you guys, I was going to start The Good Part by Sophie Cousins last night. I didn't start it last night. I was just way too tired. I might have read like 4 pages, and then I was like literally passing out because I had finished Throne of the Fallen last night. I don't think I said I finished it last night. hold on. We got to talk about that first. I freaking loved it. 5 stars. I loved it. It was so good. This was definitely the best Carrie Maniscalco book that I've read so far. I think that she's such a good writer. I really did enjoy the Kingdom of the Wicked series, but this one was so freaking good. I loved it, and I loved the ending. Oh my god, it was so adorable. I'm like, out of everything that they went through in this book, out of all the trials and tribulations that they went through, the ending was adorable. So I was like, 5 out of 5 stars. I'm like, I don't know if I'm just loving this ending in this book right now because I was high last night, like on an edible. But then when I woke up this morning, I'm like, all I could think about is how good that book was. Like, I was smiling the whole morning, and I was like, that book was so good. So I was like, I stand by my 5-star rating. So I'm glad I finally found another 5-star this month. I was kind of losing a little hope, but it's not like I haven't read enjoyable books since my last 5-star. I just haven't had anything that's given me that 5-star feeling since A Curse for True Love by Stephenie Meyer. This one gave me that feeling. Like, I wasn't crying my eyes out, but I connected so much to Camilla and Envy in this book. I love Camilla. She is such a good character. Loved her. I loved her so much more than Amelia in Kingdom of the Wicked. I found Amelia to be a bit annoying sometimes, but Camilla, ride or die. Loved her. So it was just such a good book. I cannot wait for Throne of Secrets. I'm going to post a most anticipated reads for me in 2024 very, very soon. I still have to post the first impressions of the Ensley Reign palette. I've edited it. I just haven't posted it yet, so I'm probably going to post it tomorrow. So anyway, I mostly started this today, and I got 72 pages in because I was working today, and I was working an 8-hour shift. So, but I'm going to try and binge this tonight because it's only 338 pages, and it's a rom-com, or like it is a romance book, but this kind of might be almost more just, I mean, it is a fantasy romance, but it might not be like fully 100% a romance book because it's supposed to be a little sad. 266 pages. So honestly, if I divide that into 3 hours, that would be 88 pages each. I'm going to try, but I might get up to page like 200 or something and just want to watch Desperate Housewives because I was just going to finish this tomorrow. So it's not like the end of the world if I don't finish it tonight, but we'll see how far we get because I'd rather just binge it in a day. But honestly, it's totally fine because I just want to get to the Cruel Prince trilogy, but also like I just needed a little bit of a palate cleanser from all the fantasy I've been reading. Like, I love fantasy so much. It's still my favorite genre. I just don't want to get fantasy fatigue. I don't know if I said that before yesterday, but I don't want to get sick of it because I've just been reading too much fantasy. So I'm like, I need just a light read right now, something that I don't really need to think about, something that makes me laugh, something that's short, something that is just what I'm in the mood for right now and not like too heavy of a plot line. I'm just like, I just want something entertaining. So yeah, that's it. Bye. And tomorrow I'm going to see my best friend and we're going to go shopping and whatever. I'm not going to buy too much of anything. I just want to go to the Asian Mart that's in the mall that apparently we haven't discovered yet, and he discovered it like 2 weeks ago. So I want to go there and get like a couple of snacks. But other than that, I'm probably not going to get much else. So yeah, that's it. Bye. Okay, so hey there, guys. I just wanted to tell you guys about my makeup look for today. So like I told you guys, I was going to go out with my best friend, and we went shopping again. I actually didn't buy any clothes this time because I'm trying to be good about not buying clothes really at all for the next, like, probably 6 months because I have way too much clothing at this point. I just need to stop. Me and my mom are actually in the process of cleaning out my clothing. We're doing a lot of spring cleaning right now, so yeah, really don't need another stitch of clothing. But I did buy just one book. It is on my TBR, and it was actually cheaper at Barnes & Noble than getting it on Amazon, so that usually never happens because usually Amazon is cheaper, but I had a reward to use, and the hardback was cheaper than the paperback. So I bought the hardback because the paperback's like, I think the same price. I think it was even more. I think it was like $25 or some shit because it's like a more recent release. But anyway, I'll tell you guys about it in a minute. So I primed my eyes with the Anastasia eye primer, and then I used the Clarins lip oil, and then I set my eyes with the Urban Decay pressed powder. Sorry, it's really late right now. It's like 1:25 in the morning. I changed into my pajamas and everything because I was just too tired when I got home. So I went into the Alien Cosmetics Fall Magic palette today because I just, for some reason, really wanted to use this palette today. I also haven't really used it at all this year, and I think this palette is so stunning, so I try to use it when I can. It's the Unearthly Cosmetics palette now. But they did come out with this palette again with the Unearthly logo on it, and then they completely revamped the palette and made it a new Fall Magic palette, but I still think that this palette is so stunning. I didn't bother with the new one. I think this one is so gorgeous, and I still think that this is my favorite Unearthly palette. It's my only one, but I think that this was the best color story for me because there's way more neutrals in here, but it's just so beautiful. I just wish there was one more green matte in here, and I think it would have been perfect, but these shades are just so beautiful together. So I went in with Spice in the crease, then I darkened out the crease more with Earth, and then I used Branch on the outer corners. Such good mattes. They're just so rich and they blend out so easily. And then for the lid, I really wanted to go into the shade Leaves, and then for my inner corners, I went in with Autumn, and that's everything that I used. Everything performed beautifully. I love this palette, and I just really wanted to do like a semi-green look with this today, and it was just so pretty. I really love how it came together. And then I just went in with Blend Buddies Cosmetics Brighter Eyes from the Forget Me Not palette on the brow bone, and then for my mascara, I just went into the Tarte Tartelette Tubing Mascara and the Essence Lash Primer, of course. And then I just went into the Colourpop Cream Gel Liner in the shade Joyride because I was wearing like kind of like a navy greenish red plaid over the shirt that I was wearing. And then I just went into the Maybelline Lash Discovery on the bottom lashes. And then I primed my face with the Do It Spray and the e.l.f. Liquid Putty Primer. And then for my foundation, I went into the Lancome Teint Idol Ultra Wear Foundation in the shade 120N. And then for my concealer, I went into the Urban Decay Naked Quickie Concealer in the shade 10NN. And then I set my under eyes with the Pomegranate Labs powder. And then I set my face with the Urban Decay Pressed Powder. And then for my bronzer, I went into the Haus Labs bronzer in the shade Light Level 1. And then I went in with the Haus Labs blush in the shade Flirt, this shade right here. It went on a bit uneven. I think it's just the brush I've been using. I need to clean my other blush brush because it just applies the product so much better. But this is one of her like original blush highlighter duos, and these are really good. I really like these. I'm trying to keep my voice down because everybody's sleeping right now. And then for my highlight, I went into the Too Faced Unicorn Highlighter. I found this at Marshall's like a couple of years ago because I refused to buy Too Faced at Sephora and Ulta because I don't support the brand, but I will buy it off-brand at Marshall's. So this is the Rainbow Effect Highlighter in the shade Rainbow Strobe, and it's really pretty. It smells like cotton candy. It still smells like cotton candy. I think this is back when you could actually get the real things at Marshall's because sometimes they actually sell fake products, but this one seems legit. And then I set my face with the Milk Makeup setting spray, and then I set my brows with the e.l.f. What the hell is it called again? The Wow Brow. Not the Brow Boss Gel. The Brow Boss Gel is from Colourpop. And then for my lip liner, I went into the Colourpop Lippy Pencil in the shade BFF3. And then for my lipstick, I just have to grab it out of my bag. So obviously I brought it with me. The heck did I put it? I know I reapplied it once when I was out. It's probably old at this point, though. But I still wanted to wear it today, but I don't even know where I put it. I think it's right here. I went into the Urban Decay Vice Liquid Lipstick. Sorry. In the shade 1933. Imagine 1933. 1993, which I believe was when Urban Decay was founded. And this is just a really pretty shade. I really like that one. So that's everything I wore as far as my makeup goes. And then as far as a reading update goes, I did not finish this book last night. I think I become a little bit overambitious thinking I'm going to finish books in one day. I probably could. My goal was to finish one book in one day next Sunday, because I'm going to jump right into a trilogy this week. I'm going to finish this book tonight, though. So I got into, in the good part, I got up to page 244. So I am going to finish it tonight. Like, I only have, like, 90 pages left, so I'm just going to finish it now, literally right after I finish filming this. But I got like 180 pages in yesterday. I got like up to page 70 at work, like I said, when I got home from work, and then I read another like 100-something pages at home. So, but I started falling asleep around like 1:30 because I was just so sleepy. I feel like there's some food in my mouth. Really annoying. But anyway, I'm going to finish this tonight. It's only 338 pages. I'm going to fly through that. Why is that annoying me? And then I'm going to jump right into the Cruel Prince trilogy tomorrow. I've been dying to read it. So the book that I picked up that at Barnes & Noble was the first book in the Stolen Heir duology, which is kind of a spin-off duology for Cruel Prince. And the hardback at Barnes & Noble was actually $20. But online, on Amazon, I believe it's $25. So I'm just going to show you guys really quick, because sometimes in a long shot, sometimes it's a bit cheaper at Barnes & Noble. Usually not. It says $15 on Amazon, though. Maybe I was looking at the wrong one. I think it was $20 before, though. But now it says $15.90. I think they just dropped the price, because it did not say that before. Maybe I just looked up the hardback. The Stolen Heir hardcover. They just dropped the price. It did not say that earlier. Now it says $14. But I did use a reward on my Barnes & Noble. So I had a $5 reward. So I actually paid $17. So I feel like that's doable for a hardcover. I don't think that's that bad. So that means I would have saved like maybe $2 on Prime, which is not like the end of the world. But I am going to go and pick up the second one at The Prisoner's Throne at Target, because it's pretty much the same price as it is on Amazon. The box set is going to be $42, which I think is ridiculous for $2, but so yeah, that's it. I'm gonna go. Bye. Okay, so hey there, guys. I want to tell you guys about my makeup look for today. I actually just got home from work. I'm just gonna chill for the rest of the night. I'm actually very excited. It's only 6:30, so I have the entire night just to read, and I'm really excited because I was out all day yesterday, like pretty much from like 3 to like almost 12 a.m. So tonight I need some downtime. I'm tired. I mean, I only worked 5 hours today, but that's the nice thing about Sundays is that I have the rest of the night to just relax. So I primed my eyes with the Anastasia eye primer, and then I used the Clarins lip oil, and then I set my eyes with the why do I always forget? The Urban Decay pressed powder. And then for my eyeshadow palette, I just went into the Ensley Reign Cosmetics Groovy Garden palette again, because I really wanted to use the multi-chrome again. And I wore the same shirt that I wore this look for, like, last week, like the last time I went out with my friend, and I wore this shirt for the first time. So I wore this shirt to work today with that same jacket that I wore it with. And of course, literally no one said a word about my makeup and my outfit today. It's so bizarre. Like, when you actually think your makeup looks good, no one says a word. But, like, honestly, I don't care, because I'm still gonna look good anyway. Like, I'm still gonna be confident in what I'm wearing. Like, it doesn't really matter to me if somebody compliments me or not. I'm just saying it's odd. It's like, I feel good today. I think I look good. But then, like, the days I think I look like crap, everybody's like, oh my god, you look so good. And I'm like, what? So anyway, I went in with Good Vibes in the crease. Then I darkened up the crease more with the green, which is called Peace. And then I used Dig It on the outer corners. And then for the lid, like I said, I wanted to go into Lava Lamp again all over the lid. And it's just stunning. And then I went into Free Thinker on the brow bone. And then for the inner corners, I used Moonchild. And that's everything that I used. And it's just so pretty. I love it. I don't think I'm going to be picking up eyeshadow palettes for quite a while. This is going to be the last one that I get. I mean, like I said, I think I've already gotten 4 palettes this year, and I really just want to keep myself very limited in my makeup purchasing and also, like, eyeshadow palettes in general. Like I said, I think I'm only going to allow myself 10 palettes this year. So I'm already up to 4. 2 from Ensley Reign, 1 from Nomad, and 1 from... I can never remember the last one that I got. Maybe, I can't remember. Maybe it was Glaminatrix. I can't remember what the first eyeshadow palette was that I got after the Nomad one. But I guess that's a good thing, because I really don't need any more eyeshadow palettes. And then I went into the Makeup by Mario liner in the shade Black on the waterline. And I went in with the Essence Lash Primer. And then for my mascara, I just went into the Milk Makeup Rise Mascara. Because I never used that one, so I wanted to use it today. And then I went into the Maybelline Lash Discovery on the bottom lashes. And then I primed my face with the Do It Spray and the e.l.f. Poreless Liquid Putty Primer. And then for my foundation, I went into the Laura Mercier one again. It looks so good on the skin. And this one does actually last really long. Like, it hasn't broken up at all here, and it just looks like super dewy. It's just so pretty on the skin. So I went into that. The Real Flawless Weightless Perfecting Foundation in the shade 1C1 Cool Vanilla. I just find myself wanting to reach for this a lot, so that's why I just wanted to use it today. And then I went into the Coinciding Concealer again. This is the Weightless Perfecting Concealer in the shade 0N1. And then I went into the Pat McGrath Labs Powder on the under eyes. And then I set my face with the Urban Decay Pressed Powder. And then for my bronzer, I just went into good old House Labs in the shade Light Level 1. I do want to try one of her... I feel like there's a couple blushes I'm going to want to try during the Sephora sale. But I really want to try one of the new House Labs ones, because I do love that formula. And she finally came out with a nude color. I really, really want it. And then for my blush, I used Give Me Glow. I love these blushes to death. I adore them. And this one definitely blended out way better than the House Labs blush that I used yesterday. This one just glides on the skin. Not saying that that one is not good. I'm just saying, like, I think it's just the brush. Because I think with this one, no matter what brush you use, it just glides on. So this one's the shade... This is the matte powder blush in the shade Havana Cabana. I just love it. I just wanted something super orangey and peachy today. I didn't want something red. I've been wearing red blush quite a bit lately, so I just wanted to use that. And then for my highlight, I just went into good old Give Me Glow Cosmetics shade in this shade Halo. It's just stunning. I love it so much. Give Me Glow just does no wrong for me. And then I set my face with the Milk Makeup Setting Spray. Then I set my brows with the e.l.f. Wow Brow. And then for my lips, I went into the same lip liner that I used yesterday, which is Colourpop's BFF3 Lippy Pencil. BFF3 Lippy Pencil. And then for my lips, I went into the MAC Cosmetics. Sorry, I'm a little tired. in the matte finish in the shade Whirl, which is like a classic shade that like everybody knows. And that's everything that I used for my makeup today. And then as far as a reading update goes, I actually didn't finish the good part last night. I finished it this morning because I read like 70 pages last night and I was on page like 303, 304, and I only had like less than 40 pages left, but I was falling asleep so hard that I was like, I'll just finish it tomorrow morning. So I just finished it this morning in like 45 minutes because I only had like 35 pages left. And I thought it was really cute, but I just didn't think it would take me that long to finish, but I still finished it in 2 days. So I'm still going to count it as 2 days. It's not really a huge deal if I just took this morning to finish it because I wasn't going to be able to start this until this afternoon anyway. So I finished the good part. It wasn't really a romance. I would give it a 4 stars though. I thought it was so cute and it was like just what I needed to have like a cute little simple story before I went to dive headfirst back into fantasy. So like I told you guys, I really was dying to start the Cruel Prince trilogy. So I started the first book this afternoon. I got like 46 pages in because like I said, I did work today and I don't get a half-hour break when I work 5 hours. So I read like 30 pages at work, which is not, maybe like 25 pages. So I read like up to page 46, 47. So that's not terrible, but I'm about to binge it tonight and read as much as I possibly can for like 3 hours. So we'll see how far we get. I want to be at least on page 200 or like over page 200. That's only 150 pages tonight, which is easy for me. But so far, I'm literally obsessed with this. I think it's so good so far, and I cannot wait to read the rest. I was so torn as to whether or not I was going to start this or if I was going to go into One Dark Window. But I decided on this because if I just read this trilogy this week, then that will meet my 15 books goal for this month. And I should hit it right before March is over. I might be able to hit it by the 30th. And then I'm going to binge one book in one day on the 31st because on Easter, I literally have no plans except for baking a cake for my family and having Easter dinner. I might not even wear makeup that day because I don't plan on going anywhere on Sunday because I just need a day home doing absolutely nothing and I cannot wait. But I decided I was going to binge Lynn Painter's The Do-Over on Sunday because it's the shortest book that I have to read. Or I can just binge The King of Elf Fame because I was just going to buy that. I think that's what it's called, or Elf's Fame, whatever it's called, which is book 3.5 in the Cruel Prince trilogy. It's kind of a little mini novella that has like 6 short stories in it, and I might just binge that on Easter because it's only 192 pages, and if I read that, then I'm just going to go right into the Stolen Heir duology. I have the first book. I need to pick up the second one. I was going to pick up the second one tonight after work, but honestly, like, I was just so tired from yesterday. I'm like, I'll just pick it up at Target tomorrow night after I leave my boyfriend's house, because usually he falls asleep around like 7:30, and sometimes I have some time to kill before I go home, because like sometimes I don't want to go home that early, like right before 8 o'clock. So I'll go to Target and spend like 20 minutes in the book section, and then I'll go home, and then it'll be like 8:30. So I'm just going to go pick up Prisoner's Throne tomorrow night at Target. Like, because Sunday night at Target tonight would have been crazy. So yeah, that's it. Bye. And I will tell you my reading decision after I finish the Cruel Prince trilogy. But right now, that's where I'm at. That's the world I'm in, and I'm literally obsessed. I can't wait to read the rest of it. So yeah, that's it. Bye.